This video is going to show why violating the majority criterion automatically violates the Condorcet criterion. So let's just make it short. Let's see how it works. So here I've written a possible table, and this is just our table that we've seen before. So number of voters is listed in this row, and first through mth, so there's going to be m different candidates, are listed down here. So we don't know how many. I just put ... because as many as possible. But here's the situation. So A is going to be our majority winner, which means that the total number of votes in the system is going to be what? So if we take V1 plus V2 plus so on to Vn, we're going to have total votes, or total voters, if you want, is going to be V. We're going to represent that by V. So since we're going to say A is our majority candidate, what does that mean for A? That means A has captured more than half the votes. So he has more than V over 2 votes. Okay, but we say that the majority principle has been violated, which means that somebody else has been given the has been elected the winner of this election, maybe under some other method. So that means that, let's say someone B is the designated winner, even though A has more than V over 2 votes. So here we go. Majority criterion has been violated because B is the winner, yet A is the majority candidate. So what can we say about the Condorcet principle? Here's what we can say. So the Condorcet principle asks us to put each set of players head to head. So if we put A and B head to head, who's going to be the winner? Well, A is going to have how many votes? Well, A is going to have over V over 2 votes, right? Because we have at least V over 2 people, or we have more than V over 2 people rather, that have put A in the beginning. So maybe down here at V sub K, we have, again, someone put A first place, and so on. So if we tally up all these people, if we have V1 plus V sub K plus all the other V sub whatever, and we add all those up, that's going to be more than V over 2. So A versus B, A gets more than V over 2 votes. What does that mean for B? Since A and B's total, when we add these together, have to add up to V. Remember, whenever we do the Condorcet criterion and we put two people head to head, their amount of votes have to add up to V. That automatically means that B has less than V over 2 votes. So who's the winner of A versus B? It's going to be A. Now what if we do A versus candidate C? Then we're going to have A has how many votes? Again, all the same people. V sub 1, V sub K, all the other V sub whatever. All those people put A as their first place candidate. That's why he was the majority candidate. And how many of those people are there? There's more than V over 2 of them. So again, A gets over V over 2, and that forces C to have less than V over 2, because these have to add up to V. So if we have something greater than half of V, then the other thing has to be less than half of V. So A wins again. And the same principle, you can go through all of the people. So we have M candidates, right? So we're going to go to M. And just keep in mind this M is arbitrary. I'm not necessarily saying that we have just A, B, C, D through M. It's just some arbitrary M. Could be any number whatsoever. Then again, A has how many? Over V over 2, because it's the same people voting for him. He's always first. And that means in all their lists, this last candidate, this M, is somewhere lower on their list. So they're not placing him, they're not voting him through when we do A versus M. So this person, M, automatically has less than V over 2. And again, the winner is A. So if we put A with any candidate, if we put him with B, C, any candidate whatsoever, he's going to be the winner. So he should be he is the Condorcet candidate as well, because he wins in every single pairwise election. And since B is the actual winner under some other method, the Condorcet principle is also violated. So we can put Condorcet violated. And that's basically it. That shows that a violation of the majority principle, the majority criterion, causes the Condorcet criterion to also be violated for this reason right here. But just note that the converse is not true. Just because Condorcet is violated, that doesn't necessarily mean majority is violated. Okay?